Namco is a place where we bring home our highly experienced and skilled mechanics from all over the world to serve their fellow Ilocanos. Kinagaget is one of the greatest traits of being an Ilocano, and together with the most advanced technologies, tools, and equipments, we proudly provide the most globally competitive service in the North. The true test of salesmanship is not when you sell a car, but it is when your customers keep coming back for more. And when they start recommending you to others, then you know you've done a great job. And that's what Namco is all about.
Choose to be greater with Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Our drinking water of choice that helps refresh us with the right hydration.
At nagbibigay ng right minerals.
Summit Natural Drinking Water. Thirst for more.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita, saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Namco is a place where we bring home our highly experienced and skilled mechanics from all over the world to serve their fellow Ilocanos. Kinagaget is one of the greatest traits of being an Ilocano, and together with the most advanced technologies, tools, and equipments, we proudly provide the most globally competitive service in the North. The true test of salesmanship is not when you sell a car, but it is when your customers keep coming back for more. And when they start recommending you to others, then you know you've done a great job. And that's what Namco is all about.
Choose to be greater with Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Our drinking water of choice that helps refresh us with the right hydration.
At nagbibigay ng right minerals.
Summit Natural Drinking Water. Thirst for more.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita, saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Namco is a place where we bring home our highly experienced and skilled mechanics from all over the world to serve their fellow Ilocanos. Kinagat is one of the greatest traits of being an Ilocano, and together with the most advanced technologies, tools, and equipments, we proudly provide the most globally competitive service in the North. The true test of salesmanship is not when you sell a car, but it is when your customers keep coming back for more. And when they start recommending you to others, then you know you've done a great job. And that's what Namco is all about.
Choose to be greater with Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Our drinking water of choice that helps refresh us with the right hydration.
At nagbibigay ng right minerals,
Summit Natural Drinking Water. Thirst for more.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Namco is a place where we bring home our highly experienced and skilled mechanics from all over the world to serve their fellow Ilocanos. Kinagat is one of the greatest traits of being an Ilocano, and together with the most advanced technologies, tools, and equipments, we proudly provide the most globally competitive service in the North. The true test of salesmanship is not when you sell a car, but it is when your customers keep coming back for more. And when they start recommending you to others, then you know you've done a great job. And that's what Namco is all about.
Choose to be greater with Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Back in the action we go. You are watching the Bounty Fresh GABL 2024 Namco Mitsubishi Ilocos Cup, presented to you by Bounty Fresh, Tenacity Sportswear, Midway Design Center, Massamax, and RF Ray Prime Ventures. My name is Hans Galeria, and together with me is Coach Edster C. Para masaksihan natin ang ikalawang laban in today's triple header. It's going to be between 3MD Logistics kontra sa Vaikon Builders.
So, Vaikon Builders nakatikim ng isang talo last time against Go Up and Up. They're 4 wins and 1 loss. At naghahabol pa sa semifinals itong 3MD Logistics as we could see here sa ating team standings. Hyundai Home Appliances 4-1, Go Up and Up 4-1. Vaikon Builders right now is also at 4-1, then Changspan 4-2. Ang may pag-asa na lang na humabol dyan sa top 4, itong 3MD Logistics. They still have 2 games remaining, and so kaya pa nila umabot ng 4 wins.
It's the best case scenario for them so far, but going up against Vaikon Builders, it's gonna be a task. And wag na natin patagalin pa. Let us throw it over to our game announcer for the start of this match.
For the call out. It's time to meet the starters. First, for the Vaikon Builders. Forward number 15, Wesley Lau. Also at forward number 2, Leo Lau. Center number 18, JJ Chua. At guard number 32, Erwin Lim. To guard number 5, Albert Chua. And now let's meet the starters for 3MD Logistic. At guard number 27, Chino Guasa. To guard number 22, Elijah Lim. At center number 13, Mark Lim. Forward number 5, Brian Kalantok. Also at forward number 0, Jeff Chung. Our official for this ball game are crew chief Edith Boticario. Umpire 1, Jeff Salyan. Umpire 2, Francis Bello.
MD Logistics wearing white with a standing of 2 and 3. Kontra dito sa Vaikon Builders wearing black with a standing of 4 and 1. The second game of our triple header underway, and they want to attack the basket straight up, but Lim absorbing the rebound para sa 3MD Logistics. Mabilisang fast break ang gusto gawin ng 3MD. That's not gonna deliver. A turnover for the men in white.
Vaikon Builders at 4-1, pasok na yan. Hindi pa naman pasok na pasok, no? Kasi itong 3MD Logistics kaya pang umabot ng 4 wins. Pero at least kaya lang tumabla. Yan lahat naman, 4 wins pa lang. Wala pa nakaka-5th win. A 5th win would assure them already of that semifinals. And like what we've mentioned, ito na lang naman ang team na naghahabol sa top 4 spots.
Miscommunication play from Albert Shua and from Lim at that point, or Wesley Lau rather, as a layup is not gonna come through para dito kay Elijah Lim. Unang buslo ng kanyang tira. It's still 0-0. All tied up, deadlock. With just a minute passing by. Screen. Binigyan dito itong si Albert Shua. Now they get it over to Wesley. Balik kay Shua shooting the 3. That's not gonna be the first point of this game.
Isa sa mga problema ng maraming teams dito, yung Oliver Lau ng Vaikon Builders, who's not suited up, nursing an injury. So, magandang chance for 3MD Logistic to get this win for them.
Jeffrey Chung, not good without three-pointer. Albert Chua nagmamadali, decides to take another 3. Not gonna happen so far. 0 for 2 from Rainbow Country itong si Albert Chua.
Malamig ang dalawang teams in terms of scoring. And magandang matchup dito, Stephen Lim, the big guy of 3MD Logistics, and how he would fare against JJ Chua.
This time it's Lim. 5 seconds to work with. Are they aware of this? Yes, they are. And that is a 3 brought about by Brian Kalantok to start out the scoring department.
He is a double-double producer for 3MD Logistics, and if he could hit those 3-pointers, mahihirapan dito ang Vaikon in terms of the defensive strategy against Brian Calantoc.
Look at that defense, though, coming in from Chong. As you see on your screens, a Mets cold-blooded three-point shot of the quarter. Good pass to the right, fake pass, and then lands on the three para simulan ng ating ball game. Meanwhile, Chua, tipsy-do. Not gonna happen. 0 for 3 in field goals.
Oh, 0 for 3. Dalawang three-pointers. That's isang nifty drive that he overshot. On the other side, good passing for 3MD Logistics. But still missing his shot is Jeff Chung.
Not gonna happen para sa 3MD. This time, Erwin Lim gets it to Wesley Lau. Lau goes high. Not gonna happen as well. Chino Guasa nagdadala ng bola. Decides to stop. Pop and kisses on that board. The bank is open para kay Chino Guasa.
Chino Guasa, the best player of the game last game against Metro Summit, hitting his first three-pointer. Good sign for 3MD Logistics.
Wesley Lau this time. Good cut to the basket galing kay Lau. Pasa muna kay Albert Chua, and he will be scoring or shooting for 2. But look at this, another Mets cold-blooded three-point shot of the quarter. Stopping, popping, and just like what I said a while ago, the bank is open on a Wednesday night.
Chino Guasa, 23 points in their last ball game on a 5 out of 7 3-point shooting. Pinakitaan kagad tayo ng kanyang 3-point arsenal in the early stages of this ball game.
Both misses. Galing dito kay Wesley Lau. Here he goes again. Not gonna work that time para dito kay Chino Guasa. But even so, 6 minutes left. The score, 6-0 lamang ang 3MD. Vaikon just struggling to find baskets here.
Oo, and without Oliver Lau is one of the inside presence para dito sa Vaikon. So, nahirapan sila hanapin yung options nila dito.
Although this time around, they wanted to go to Lim. Pero kuha yan itong si JJ Chua. Gets it to Albert Chua this time. Goes spin move. Not gonna work. More contestation from that paint. Calantoc leaves it away. Now it's Chua for 3. Not gonna happen as well. It's been that kind of quarter so far para kay Albert Chua as Vaikon Builders still left scoreless. 6-0 lamang ang 3MD.
Choose to be greater with Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Our drinking water of choice that helps refresh us with the right hydration.
At nagbibigay ng right minerals.
Summit Natural Drinking Water. Thirst for more.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
You are watching the GABL 2024 season, presented to you by Bounty Fresh, Tenacity Sportswear, Midway Design Center, Masumax, and RF Ray Prime Ventures. That was the first time out. 3MD still leading 6-0. Vaikon scoreless in the first 4 minutes ng ating laban. As 3MD rotating it around with 6 seconds to work with. Now they're left with Brian Calantoc. They wanted to pass it over once again to Guasa, who tries to go inside. Not gonna work. Albert Chua on a 5-on-2 or 2-on-5 situation. Waiting for teammates here with 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Without Mark Stephen Lim, you would want to go down low there kay Joel Young.
Oh, that's a no-look pass. And that's a conversion. It has to be a highlight play para dito kay Joel Young. Beautiful pass fake.
Oo, nawala si Jason or si MJ doon. And Joel Young was able to hit his shot. Ito na yung height advantage para 3MD Logistics with Adrian and Brian Calantoc sabay dito sa ball game.
Oh, look at that. Scoop pass down low. And that is going to be effective para kay Jason Tan. Good pass, high-low play mula kay Brian Calantoc.
Oo, sa ilalim kasi nakadepensa dito sa zona ng Vaikon. Ito si Erwin Lim who plays the 2 guard. Medyo may advantage ang 3 and 4 ng 3MD Logistics in terms of their offense.
Erwin Lim gets it to Joel Young for another shot, and he has all the 4 points so far para sa Vaikon Builders.
Pag wala tong si Mark Stephen Lim, then Joel Young and JJ Chua can maximize their height and heft inside the paint.
Yung mabilisang balik naman para dito kay Brian Kalantok. You really notice him in this game, especially in the first quarter alone, scoring a volume shooter, if you would say, from the mid-range.
Nag-evolve yung laro na itong si Brian Kalantok. His accuracy in terms of his outside shooting, paganda ng paganda.
But so far, it's the opposite of beauty. Yun ang tira doon, itong si Wesley Lau, as we get to see a Narva assist of the quarter. Why? Because he got the assist for himself and he still made that shot to fall para simulan ang scoring department.
Yung assist sa ring eh.
Assist sa ring.
I think it's more of the Masumak strong play of the game. Yung galawan doon ni Joel Young.
Kasi at this point, coach, iniisip siguro, ano bang dapat nating itawag dito? Kasi hindi naman siya sumugod sa basketball. So I guess it's the counts. But speaking of which, now John Brian Bernabe, the combination of Albert Chua and Brian Bernabe is in para sa Vaikon Builders, making or hoping to make a difference para sa kanilang kupunan.
I think tama yung Narva kasi Narva is really a bright play of the game.
Yup.
Na, diba, nabago lang ng konti ngayon na naging assist of the game. But really, Narva is our bright play of the game. And when you give a fake pass like that, tas nawala yung depensa mo, that's a bright play for the game for Joel Young.
And you need all the brightness if you're Vaikon Builders because you trail by 6, 10-4. Still at 10-4 is the lead. 3MD ang may hawak niyan. Brian Bernabe and the rest of Vaikon Builders having a chance to cut down the lead to just a single possession, pero may steal that will be successful. Galing dito kay Charles Chua.
Well, lamang ng Vaikon Builders doon sa mga previous games nila. Marami silang shooters and the offensive threat of Oliver Lau sa ilalim. So ngayon, 3MD Logistics sabi, wala si Oliver Lau. Let's play man-to-man. Risk natin ng konti yung advantage nila kay Joel Young at saka kay JJ Chua.
Trying to assert their dominance down low. 14 seconds in that shot clock. Really paying attention dun sa kanilang mga kabantayan. If that's going to be a three-pointer, not going to count. Pero merong offensive rebound galing kay Adrian Chua. Coach Headster, you've mentioned the understanding of this guy pagdating sa pagkuha ng rebounds.
He plays the 5 position. And kung mapapansin natin, nag-3 guards. Ngayon nga, halos 4 guards itong Vaikon Builders. So naka 2-3 zone, yung tao sa ilalim that usually mga forward nandun, guardia. Kaya nakukunan ng rebound nitong si Adrian Chua. And another offensive rebound there for MJ Tan.
That's MJ Tan securing yung kanyang unang 2 puntos. And possibly another steal. Unfortunately, para sa Vaikon Builders, bukod sa naagawan sila ng bola, that's a foul para kay Casper Ngo.
Casper Ngo, correct. Amo, in terms din nung kung gaano ka-importante itong laro na to, 3MD Logistics needs this win to try to, alam mo yan, para lang tumabla sa 4th and final spot for the semi-final round.
Kalantok gets it over to MJ Tan. He's trying to contest for it pero walang ibibigay sa kanya. And you're right, Coach, regarding the standings. Even if you're at 4 wins and 1 loss, you're still not safe kasi 5 pa yung naglalaban-laban dun.
Oo, and trailing the 4 teams atong 3MD Logistics.
Now they want to go inside. Not going to happen. But Joel Young, second chance point. Couldn't fall as well. Albert Chua decides to take it upon himself. Pero may foul na itatawag dito kay Charles Chua.
Oh, that's Albert Charles Chua. Albert Chua versus Albert Chua. Magkakampi last season yan. And sila yung nag-champion.
Now they want to proceed. Hindi yata nasipat. Pero Bernabe will still get it. They're looking for someone else, and that someone is an opponent. Ngayon nananakbo na naman. Both Albert Chua, battlefield. And I guess the defense won on that one.
Great defense by Albert Chua against Albert Chua, preventing that fast break. So kailangan ng half-court setup dito for 3MD Logistics.
This time around, they want to go inside. And that is going to be a foul called for MJ Tan and against Vaikon Builders.
So that's against Brian Bernabe. Wow, dati lagi may dalawang malaki tong Vaikon Builders eh. It's either Oliver Lau and Joel Young or JJ Chua. Ngayon they're up against just one big man, and 3MD Logistics, yung extra passes nila, they could get someone open underneath.
But dahil doon, coach, hindi nila nagagawa yung fast break plays na madalas whenever you put these two on the floor, Bernabe and Albert Chua, galing sa Vaikon Builders. Both free throws made by MJ Tan this time. So, you can take note that the score is 14-4 with just a minute to go in this first quarter. Impressive showing on both ends of the floor galing sa 3MD.
Oo, that 4 points, masyadong mababa yan para sa Vaikon Builders.
Which is why Chua wants to, contribute as much as possible. But it's been that kind of night for him. Wala pa siya masyadong malalatag na points dito so far.
Ito maganda, high-low play again ang 3MD Logistics, putting Brian Kalantok maybe on the high post and then giving it to Mark Stephen Tan.
Oh, look at another offensive rebound. Not gonna work that time. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Bernabe goes to his right, decides to take it all the way, too strong. And the shot clock will reset, 20 seconds. Para sa 3MD Logistics, impressive showing mula sa kanila, only limiting Vaikon to just 4 points.
Alam naman natin ang firepower ng Vaikon Builders in terms of their offensive threats. Napakaraming shooters niyan.
Speaking of shooters, he won't be activated at this point. 10 seconds to work with. 3MD Logistics having a chance to go for a final shot. They go over to their main man, Brian Kalantok, and then to MJ. But that is not going to be enough time, but enough distance to win this first quarter. The score is 14-4, 3MD taking the lead, and you are looking at the Mandarin Sky quarter highlights.
Quarter highlights, you could see that high-low play. Brian Kalantok to MJ Tan for that point. Alam naman natin yung size advantage here for Vaikon Builders. Joel Young getting his 4th point there. Tapos dito, the outside sniping of Brian Kalantok. Still on point. So, maganda rito. They have outside shots. They have inside points with their kay MJ Tan. And the Vaikon Builders so far 0 out of 5 in their 3-point attempts, while 3MD Logistics is already 2 out of 5.
Everything working so far. Galing dito sa kupunan ng 3MD Logistics as we now start the second quarter underway. 3MD leading by 10. With, more than fresh legs to jump onto it as Brian Kalantok gets it over. Triangle offense to Lemas. Gustong kumontes, and that is going to be a foul kontra sa Vaikon Builders.
I think that's a kind of place that 3MD Logistics needs to run. Alam mo, yung mga high-low or baksak sa ilalim, then pupuntahan yung mataas. Kasi isang big man lang dito sa Vaikon Builders, kung malilin lang mo yon, malaking advantage yon for your other bigs for dito sa 3MD Logistics.
And so far, they've been doing that. Getting a lot of points in the paint, a lot of offensive rebounds. And kung hindi man pumapasok yon, then that means free throw opportunities para sa 3MD. Lim misses on one though, extending the lead. Patungo sa 11, 15-4. He decides to go the other way. Now it's Joel Young trying to go for it. Or it's JJ Chua rather. Not gonna happen that time. This time, it's Kalantok. To Kalantok connection, not gonna happen.
4 against 2. Huminto yung Brian Kalantok eh. And no advantage there during the fast break play.
Albert Chua this time. Surveying the floor. Papasa na naman dito kay Wesley Lau. Kicks it out. Pero ang nasalubong niya ay si Brian. Gets it to Chino Guasa for the turn. Couldn't go. Tries to go for another one. And you know, if there's something I can say about Chino Guasa, he is relentless.
Relentless he is. Missing his first shot but getting that offensive rebound. Rebound difference during the first quarter. 18-9. Dala. Doble ang rebounding difference going for 3MD Logistics.
Chino Guasa missing that first free throw. And para sa Vaikon Builders, we've only seen Joel Young scoring. There hasn't been a lot of other contributors para sa kupunan ng Vaikon, and you'd want people like, you know, Casper Ngo, like Albert Chua to start off strong in this one, but they haven't been given a lot of opportunities dahil sa depensa na ginagawa ng 3MD. Fortunately, a second player from Vaikon and John Brian Bernabe scores for them.
That was good blocks there by Mark Stephen Lim, pero you need to complete those defensive blocks by getting the possession. Bernabe turning it into points.
Now it's Lim to Kalantok for 3, and it goes nothing but net. 3MD leading by 13.
Good spacing there for 3MD Logistics. Ito na naman ng Vaikon Builders. Sabihin ko, early shot no? Pero he's able to make that one.
As long as you make it, Coach.
Oo, wala siya nung last game nila when they lost against Go Up and Up. So, babawi dito sa larong ito.
Brian Kalantok. Ball was tapped. Goes to Chino Guasa. He knows how to shoot that. Not gonna happen this time, but Kalantok powering through. Nalunod lang.
They had
Ito si CJ Cordova.
several chances for them.
And that is a foul. You see, Vaikon Builders, parang pinapabilis nila yung tempo nitong larong to.
They have like, tingnan mo, tingin ko talaga, 4 guards yan eh. You have Charles, Tan, Albert Chua, Bernabe, and Erwin Lim. In fact, most of them also plays the point. Kaya it would be in their advantage when they're going to go to an up-tempo type of a game.
You want to see more contributions this time. Erwin Lim. Nakakuha na siya ng 2 puntos kanina lang. This time he gets another 3 or another free throw to increase that point count to 3 and then 4. Dahil baba sa single digits ang kalamangan ngayon ng 3MD. 19-10 with 7:25 remaining in the second.
Nagtao-tao na ritong Vaikon Builders. You want to go to Brian Kalantok down low.
Jeffrey Chung. At sasabit itong si Erwin Lim. He couldn't believe it. Pero kita siya ng ating referees that time around. So this means not 1 but 3 free throws para kay Jeffrey Chung. Kaso, namintis niya yung una.
Well, let's see that play. Jeff Chung got the pass. Medyo di na natin nakita sa angle na yon, but our referee was on top of that play. 1 out of 2 so far for Jeff Chung. Incidentally, si Howard Chung is the uncle of Jeff Chung.
Oh.
Oh, so kanina, They call this si Howard Chung yung nag-best player dun sa ating Veterans Cup division.
And kumbaga coach, nagre-reflect din as you, of course, take a look at the Thor stackable storage box there. Maraming salamat sa pagsuporta sa GABL 2024. Pero yung the lefty gene is there, coach. Kitang-kita mo, but right on cue, cutting me off there was Brian Bernabe. Said, come on man, talk about me as I shoot this three.
Fast-paced na ang ginagawa dito ng 3MD Logistics.
Now they want to go to Jeff once again. He's trying to, impose his way just like what his uncle did from a while ago. But speaking of imposing his presence, this is John Brian Bernabe shooting for three and cutting down this lead to just 7, 20-13 in favor of 3MD.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. San man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Back into the action we go. You are taking a look at 3MD Logistics. And that is Jeffrey Chung shooting more of his free throws after getting fouled into driving that basket.
This is our Bounty Fresh Greece Alumni Basketball League. Ang ating mga major sponsor, Mets Logistics, ITG, Fullercon, Mandarin Sky, Masumax, Narva, and some of the other alumni coming in to support us as well.
Score is 20-13. Naangat na naman. But look at that three-pointer brought about by Erwin Lim. Balik sa anim ang kalamangan ng Vaikon. Or should I say 3MD rather. 22-16. Now it's Chong. Looking at Kalantok from the top of the key. Chino Guasa. And then down low, not gonna happen.
Napako sa 22 itong 3MD Logistics.
Oh, look at Albert Chua though. Cutting, slicing through the defense for those quick 2 points. And that means 3MD rather, needed a quick timeout because of how quick the play was. Galing kay Albert Chua, goes against one, cuts to two, and then contested by three for that Masumax strong move of the game. Albert Chua, my goodness, lead cut down to 4, 22-18. This is Bounty Fresh GABL 2024 Namco Mitsubishi Ilocos Cup match between 3MD and Vaikon. Kanina, 10 yung lamang coach, pero ngayon, 4 na lang na tinanabaho itong Vaikon.
Nagtao-tao sila, pressuring the ball handlers of 3MD Logistics. Wala nang makuha ng high-low play, while the three-point shooting of Vaikon Builders hitting, as well as, of course, yung last drive na yon ni Albert Chua.
Albert Chua was blocked from behind nitong si Jeffrey Chung. So that means 13 seconds left to work with. JJ Chua now tries to go inside. Body to body, not gonna work. Lim couldn't get a hold of the basketball and couldn't secure his balance as well. Kaya ang bola, babalik sa Vaikon.
May kasamang excitement yun. Alam mo yun, minsan sa fast break, alam mong nauna ka, tapos merong umahabol sa'yo. Losing the footing, medyo na wala sa balance itong si Elijah Lim.
Now it's Bernabe going to that right side, or left side rather. Hindi lang tatama yon. Lead is still at 4. And mind you, coach, penalty situation na pala itong kupunan ng Vaikon, but we haven't seen a lot of free throws from TMD so far.
An offensive foul was called on Brian Calantoc, his first foul, second team foul for 3MD Logistics.
Taking advantage, or should I say not taking advantage of the penalty situation, kasi madalas na nakikita nating mga shots from 3MD are all from either mid-range or 3 points.
It's an 18-8 run by Vaikon Builders.
Now Chua goes to the left, fake pass. Lata kay JJ Chua. Tries to go inside and he gets fouled. This time, he plans to assert his dominance on that paint and shoot for free throws in the process.
Maganda yung pagkakablock ni Brian Calantoc sa likod, pero there was a contact against MJ Tan. Talaga sinusubukan ni JJ Chua na unti-unting iusog ng konti yung depensa para mapalapit siya sa ring.
And also to wear them down, coach. Kasi alam mo, pag ganyang kalaki yung bumabangga sa'yo, sa una kakayanin mo talaga Pero habang patagal ng patagal, mabibigla ka na.
Yan.
Mauubusan ka ng hangin. But speaking of which, make sure to explore the world through coffee with Magellan Coffee. Maraming salamat po for supporting the Grace Alumni Basketball League as JJ Chua missed both of his free throws.
Ito, they go down low to Stephen Lim.
Ooh, good move. Down low with that pivot foot putting into work. Stephen Lim gets the 2.
Alam niya hindi naman niya kaya overpower ito si JJ Chua, but that footwork of him, yung drop step going to the basket, gets him open. Sayang yun, no? Bukas na bukas na yung JJ Chua.
You're gonna have to feel frustrated about that, especially with a Guasa to a pass patungo kay Elijah Lim for 2 points.
4-0 run kagad itong 3MD Logistic with that fast break play. Chino Guasa to Elijah Lim for our Gili fast break of the ball game.
Beautiful pass. I should say a triangle offense that seemed to work para sa 3MD, increasing their lead to 8 points. Would have been 9, pero hindi nang gagana yan. Balik si Joel Young dito sa larong ito. You plan to get himself or this big man going. As Albert Chua, 10 seconds to work with. They go straight to Young. Fader. Not gonna happen.
No, magandang defense doon ni Mark Stephen Lim. They're trying to run, pero napalakas ang tiro doon ni Elijah Lim.
It was, a boost in adrenaline, but should I say, too much boost on that shot. Kaya naman babalik ang bola dito sa 3MD. It's still Albert Chua and Brian Bernabe. The two-guard combination of Vaikon that, has been getting extra minutes. All of the other teammates of theirs rotating, pero sila ay talagang pinipili na matira in this game.
Naka-man-to-man. Both teams play man-to-man defense. Talagang gustong alisin yung comfort zone na maglaro against a zone.
This time it's Brian Calantoc finding another. Stephen Lim is going to be called for a traveling violation.
Madalas ko nakikita yung job step ni Stephen na natatawagan siya ng traveling.
Mabilisang gustong atakihin itong si Brian Lim or Brian Bernabe rather. Yung basket, but it's not going to happen so far. Instead, they want to go and take that shot para kay Erwin Lim. 2 points na namang muli.
The running shot of Erwin Lim. You need to respect his outside shooting. Kaya talagang nakabantay ka sa kanya, nakadikit ka sa kanya. But he has that quick first step in that running shot of his.
Elijah Lim picking his dribble. Gets it over to Kirk Calantoc, who turns it over. Here goes Albert Chua again. 3-on-3. And that is going to be a foul called against 3MD. Fourth personal foul na nila yan, or fourth team foul rather.
Foul, yeah.
As you take a look at the Masumax strong move of the game, galing dito. Okay, Erwin Lim just finding his way through the basket. Albert Chua this time, looking for his way inside. Konting adjust. Would you call that a skyhook, coach?
Parang semi-skyhook na semi-layup against, of course, a 6'5" Mark Stephen Lim. It's the only way you could get that shot up.
And he gets it again. Passes it to, his ride or die, Brian Bernabe. And this is what I was talking about from the start of this match, Coach.
Oh, that running game of Vaikon Builders, as long as they were able to control the rebound, makikita natin yung mga guards off running already for Vaikon Builders.
Lead down to 2. Now it's Albert Chua. And someone from Vaikon is going to be called for a blocking foul. And since penalty situation na, 2 free throws yan.
Nakita na nakatukod yung Arvin So, kaya natawagan. Medyo nagkakagulo yung 3MD Logistics no? Na nagtao-tao itong Vaikon Builders. Parang hindi alam kung paano isa-set up yung half-court set nila.
Usually they got so used to the high-low play, pero even yun, hindi na nila magawa. And we've seen rare moments na itong si Brian Calantoc nakakuha ng bola in the second quarter just because of the pressure na nakukuha niya from the rest of Vaikon. Fortunately, it's a 1-for-2 make.
Kailangan nila mag-design ng play, find a mismatch, and I'm sure Brian Calantoc has a mismatch in terms of height advantage sa tumatao sa kanya.
This time, Erwin Lim again. He goes to Arvin Saw. And the bench likes that. Arvin Saw finally getting himself into the scoring board.
Pero iika-ika doon si Arvin Saw, no? We don't know kung anong iniinda niya on that.
Gonna have to take care of that one. Steven Lim gets it to Kirk Calantoc, who finds the cutting man. And that is Chino Guasa getting the 2 points, extending the lead to 3.
Moving without the ball. Ganda ng pagkakapuslit ni Chino Guasa. Kirk Calantoc was able to recognize him cutting to the basket.
No, it's Bernabe passing it to Saw down low. He gets it right back. Ibabalik kay Albert Chua with 6 seconds to work with. Chua picks up his dribble. Finds a way to get the basketball to fall.
Di mo alam kung mahirap yung basketball o mahirap na pinapadali nitong si Albert Chua in terms of the kind of layups that he makes.
Brian Calantoc now. Fader is not gonna work. 2 seconds left. Chua to Lim. And not enough time is gonna happen. And from a 14-4 start, Vaikon is just within 1 point as 3MD leads 29-28 with the highlights of the quarter shown to you in just a bit by Mandarin Sky. What an amazing effort from Albert Chua and the rest of the crew.
Nagsimula yan sa pressure defense nila, and the other guys are also scoring for Vaikon Builders, and that was Arvin So. Ito yung magandang cut ni Chino Guasa going towards the basket. The rare moments that they are able to score against that man-to-man of Vaikon. And Albert Chua, difficult shot, pero mukhang madali para sa kanya.
And they've made it look so easy because they just trail by 1 point, 29-28 against 3MD Logistics.
Namco is a place where we bring home our highly experienced and skilled mechanics from all over the world to serve their fellow Ilocanos. Kinagaget is one of the greatest traits of being an Ilocano, and together with the most advanced technologies, tools, and equipments, we proudly provide the most globally competitive service in the North. The true test of salesmanship is not when you sell a car, but it is when your customers keep coming back for more. And when they start recommending you to others, then you know you've done a great job. And that's what Namco is all about.
Choose to be greater with Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Our drinking water of choice that helps refresh us with the right hydration.
At nagbibigay ng right minerals.
Summit Natural Drinking Water. Thirst for more.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. San man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Namco is a place where we bring home our highly experienced and skilled mechanics from all over the world to serve their fellow Ilocanos. Kinagaget is one of the greatest traits of being an Ilocano, and together with the most advanced technologies, tools, and equipments, we proudly provide the most globally competitive service in the North. The true test of salesmanship is not when you sell a car, but it is when your customers keep coming back for more. And when they start recommending you to others, then you know you've done a great job. And that's what Namco is all about.
Choose to be greater with Summit Natural Drinking Water.
Our drinking water of choice that helps refresh us with the right hydration.
At nagbibigay ng right minerals.
Summit Natural Drinking Water. Thirst for more.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Back into the ballgame we go. This is the GABL Bounty Fresh 2024 Namco Mitsubishi Ilocos Cup, presented to you by Tenacity Sportswear, Midway Design Center, Massamax, and RF Ray Prime Ventures. 3MD leading only by just 1 point, 29 to 28. And of course, the Narva bright play of the quarter upon that previous one ay galing dito sa Vaikon. With that, beautiful. This is what you were mentioning kanina. This was way beyond the first quarter pa lamang.
That low post play going to Joel Young in that pass. And medyo kailangan na gumawa ng paraan. And then getting that shot down for that Narva bright play of the game.
Napakalinis ng kuha niya doon. Kung kaya naman, that was the momentum that they exactly need to get back into this game, and now they have a chance to take it. Pero may supal na nanggaling dito kay Steven Lim. It's just pretty difficult to go ahead against that guy.
That's a second block shot of Stephen Lim. Our ITG halftime stats, 12 out of 34 sa Vaikon Builders, 9 out of 28 lang sa 3MD. But their 3-pointers, 3 out of 7 compared to 2 out of 9 sa Vaikon Builders.
Look at Joel Young starting us off.
Mukhang na-encourage dun sa Narva bright play of the game eh.
And getting it over Steven Lim too. It's not easy to do that. Kaya naman yun, Steven Lim wanting to do the same, but no. Look, pass, patungo kay Elijah Lim. The connection is just right there. Balik ka lamang ngayon sa 3MD.
Nandun pa rin yung extra pass na mas gusto natin makita. Stephen Lim, kukuha siya ng medyo mataas, high post dito against Joel Young kasi it would free up some of his teammates sa ilalim or an advantage in terms of size dito kay Brian Calantok.
Hindi man pumasok yung tira na yon. Magkakaroon naman ng pagkakataon eh. Itong si Gino Gawasa. Pero hindi rin papasok. So the lead stays at 1. Albert Shua wants to get it back. It's not gonna work. Steven Lim ay nagmamadali on that right side. Bernabe can get it para sa Vaikon. He gets it to Wesley Lau. Finding Albert Shua on the right corner. Tries to contest. Gets it to Young. Not gonna happen. Mabilis ang fast break opportunity na naman. But Elijah Lim needs to get a hold of the basketball. Fresh 15.
Kala ko shoot na rin ni Elijah Lim yun at the last minute. Last second there, he tried to bring it out. Brian Calatok against Brian Bernabe. Yun na naman si Elijah Lim.
They love those, off-ball movements. Yung cutting nila na mabilisan, Albert Shua, iiwan sana dito kay Bernabe. But the 1-2 combination didn't work. Possession goes back to 3MD.
The first half, 3MD Logistics, 27 rebounds compared that of 21 dito sa Vaikon Builders.
Now it's Chung going on to the center. Iiwan kay Lim. Lim phasing up. And he gets the end one para sa 3MD. Lead increases the 3 points courtesy of Stephen Lim.
Maganda yung kumpiyansa ni Stephen Lim na kaya niya ito si Joel Young. Hindi man sa lakasan, pero sa bilis. Pero that is still our Max strong play of the quarter or of the game.
Using those fundamentals. Latag nung kanyang pivot foot. And then catching the weak side nitong si Joel Young. 3 points increased. Hindi mababawi yun. Nakupunan ng Vaikon. Brian Kalantok now gets it to Guasa. Guasa contesting. But Brian couldn't get it to go as well.
Sayang hindi nakapag-audible doon si Brian Kalantok when he was trailing. He was open.
And now, Vaikon trying to fight for it. But the possession will be going to the side of Vaikon Builders still. Erwin Lim checking right back in. Mabalik muna sa bench itong si John Brian Bernabe as they trail by only 3 points. And Albert Chua, he's been trying to get some from that area. Wala lang talagang pumapasok. But he gets a steal whatsoever.
So far, he's been doing well sa mga drives niya, but his outside shot has not been in naka-focus mode doon sa 3 points. He's been missing his 3-pointers.
Now it's Guasa leaving it para kay Brian Kalantok, pero hindi gagana yun ngayon. Now it's Albert Chua trying to sky it over Stephen Lim, but you know, it's the second time around and medyo at a disadvantage din siya from the running dahil tatlo yung kanyang kalaban at the fast break.
Albert Chua, Vaikon Builders is 0 out of 6 so far sa kanyang mga 3-point attempts. His other shooters, Erwin Lim, 1 out of 1, and John Bernabe, 1 out of 1 as well.
Jeffrey Chung checking back into this ball game. Gets it over to Kalantok. More off-ball movement. Kalantok tries to get it, pero hindi niya makukuha. Instead, Vaikon secures the steal. He leaves it onto the right side. And now with the tipsy-do play, hindi gagana yun para kay Wesley Lau. Lead stays at 3 with almost 4 minutes passing by in the third.
Oo, wala yung Mark Stephen Lim. Brian Kalantok trying to make his move down low. So he's not getting his rhythm pagdating dyan sa mga post-up plays niya.
Nabigla din siya, coach, kasi he wants to, you know, get contact, pero wala yung kanyang mababangga doon. So medyo nabitawan niya yung bola, but even so, they still get it. Now it's Lim, Elijah Lim getting the 2 points and finally breaking the scoring drop for both teams.
Yan naman yung tapang netong Elijah Lim in terms of his running shot. Pero ito, usually nangyayari sa laro, nakatao-tao ka, bumaba yung bola, you are not able to locate who your man is. Yun, nakawala doon. Itong sa Vaikon Builders, Casper Ngo.
Casper bringing down the lead to just 3 points. Now it's Kalantok again. He loves that shot, but as of the moment, it isn't gonna hit. Now without Stephen Lim, Albert Chua wants to take it all the way. Iwan na naman. Albert shoots for 3. That is good. Finally getting a 3-pointer, and we are all tied up at 35.
In the 7th attempt ni Albert Chua, he was able to get one. More importantly, he ties that ball game. Kailangan mag-settle down netong si Brian Kalantok and try to find his spot.
Oh, look at Chua. This time around, just not the best of finishes. However, so, lead is all tied up. Now they leave it to Albert. And then to Elijah Lim for 3. He was deciding if he wants to pass it. But you know what? I'm open. I'll take it and I'll make it.
He know his strength is driving towards a basket, yung mga running shot. Kaya siguro nag-isip muna kung sasagasa siya o hindi. Masyadong matagal siyang na-open and hitting that three-pointer.
Now it's Lim mid-range. Not gonna happen. Binubuhay sana nitong si JJ Chua yan. But Elijah Lim left again. Kuha ni Albert on the center, down low. This time, this is what you were talking about. Just not gonna happen because of a lot of contact from Vaikon. Ngayon, iiwan na naman muli kay Erwin. Lim couldn't get the friendly bounce. This has been a fast-paced ball game with only 4 minutes remaining in the third.
Balikan tayo ng balikan. 3MD Logistic. Maganda yung control nila in terms of sa larong ito. Hindi pinapayagan lumamang itong Vaikon Builders.
Speaking of Vaikon, they're back to running again. Albert Chua. Kontra dito kay Jeffrey Chong. Iniwan na lang sa ere. But he was off balance that time and it wasn't the fault of Jeffrey. Kaya ngayon, Elijah Lim goes to the right side. Kalantok feeds it over. Mid-range shot is a little too short para dito kay CJ Cordova.
So, sa tiko, yung balikan ng balikan, kinapush na sa hininga. And this was the Mets cold-blooded three-pointer by Elijah Lim. Mets Cold Storage Warehouse sa Carmona, sa Mandaue, Cebu, Tablon, CDO, and ang kakabukas pa lang dito sa Balagtas, Bulacan.
38-35 is the score. Hawak ni Albert Chua. He decides to take another three. And that's a wedgie if I could see one.
Yan ang pinakamahirap na gawin sa basketball. We'd also like to thank our other supporters, Mimi Flow for all your baby needs. Dura Bright, clean it right with Dura Bright. Salamat sa suporta. Of course, Magellan Coffee and Sino Enterprises for your heavy-duty trucks. Sino Enterprises. And sa mga suporta ninyo, maraming salamat.
MJ Tan now going to the free throw. Iniwan na naman kay Brian Kalantok. He has struggled in finding his way. Pero nakuha ni Adrian Chua second chance point.
Ito si Brian Kalantok during the first quarter. Maganda yung nilalaro pero itong medyo parang hindi niya mahanap yung rhythm ng gusto niya para sa game na to.
Casper Ngo shooting the three. Couldn't let the basket to fall. Now it's Albert Chua. Gets it over to Kalantok. He decides to leave it to the other side. And that's going to be MJ Tan securing more points. At yung kaninang isa lang na hinahabol, angat na sa 7 ngayon, 42-35 in favor of 3MD.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Our 3MD Logistics after a wonderful run. Galing dito kay MJ Tan and Adrian Chua to bring us up 42-35. John Brian Bernabe, kuha na naman ni JJ Chua yan. And a foul is going to be called against 3MD.
Good offensive rebound by JJ Chua. Minsan pag helter-skelter basketball, the team that is willing to do an extra pass has an advantage. And so far, the last possessions, itong 3MD Logistics have been moving the ball around. Hans, di ko alam kung meron ng rest itong si Brian Kalantok. So far, dito sa ating stats, 27 minutes and 40 seconds nang naglalaro. So if you add that remaining 2 minutes and 10 seconds,
parang 10 segundo lang siya nagpahinga ko.
Halos walang pahinga dito sa ball game na to. And I think it's a smart thing to do to rest him in this last 2 minutes of the third quarter.
Especially in some situations na he's not getting the best of shots as Jeffrey Chong turns it over. Iniwan na lang si Arvin So to get those 2 points. Press seems to be a little bit unbreakable para sa kanila. And now it's Kalantok wide open. Too strong on that one. Guasa tries. Couldn't get it to fall as well. A chance to bring it down to 1 or even tie it. Albert says, I'm going to try. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. 42 all is the score.
Yeah, surprisingly, all three guards of 3MD Logistics, Kirk Kalantok, Albert Chu, and Elijah Lim, sitting down. Then ang daming turnovers before that timeout.
At mabilisang 7-0 run naman yan. We are all tied up at 42, courtesy of a Mets cold-blooded three-point shot of the quarter. He's been trying that ever since. And Albert Chua finally gets one.
Mahalaga, basta't kasama kita. Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
You're taking note of Vaikon Builders. Moral all high up, courtesy of that Thor defensive play of the game galing dito kay Arvin So.
Balik kagad itong si Elijah Lim to do the point guard chores for 3MD Logistics.
All tied up at 42 with 1 minute and 20 to go in the third quarter. Kalantok finds himself open. Just couldn't find his rhythm in the third quarter, Coach.
Oo, ito takbo kagad ang Vaikon Builders and Charles Tan with that fast break. First time for Vaikon Builders to taste the lead in this ball game.
The Pectus is working para sa kanya ngayon. Lead goes to Vaikon, 44-42. Brian Kalantok, he looks exhausted at this point. But at some point in time, good defense from Charles Tan. Now they want to go on the offense. Not going to work as well.
Helter-skelter, fast-paced game. 3 against 3. Elijah Lim with that running shot.
Decides to take it. At ang makakasalubong niya doon ay the likes of Arvin So, JJ Chua. You know, those big bodies on the floor. Really don't want to engage if you're a usual small player, but that's not what Elijah Lim is made of.
Sumabit dun sa braso itong si JJ Chua. Important free throws pero bright spot for 3MD Logistics. Maganda yung pahinga doon. Itong si Mark Stephen Lim, mahaba-habang pahinga ang naibigay sa kanya.
Maybe it's really going to be helpful later on. Look at Adrian Chua. Just paving way para makuha na naman ni Elijah Lim yan. Now it's Kalantok. He wants to go to work. Kontra dito kay Bernabe. 5 seconds to work with. And that is going to be an offensive foul. Galing dito kay Brian Kalantok.
Oh, medyo may konting frustration dito kay Brian Kalantok. Maganda yung depensa. He knows he has the advantage. Pero somehow he is not able to maximize that advantage into points. Kaya medyo an offensive foul was called there dun sa kanyang pagtulak sa ilalim.
Final shot of the quarter. Bernabe to Chua setting it up. 5 seconds left. Chua goes inside, leaves it para kay Joel Young. Or JJ Chua rather. It's not gonna happen. At doon magtatapos ang ating third quarter. An incredible performance coming in from Vaikon Builders to take the driver's seat, 44-43. Quarter highlights brought to you by Mandarin Sky.
Oo, doon hit na ni Albert Chua yung kanyang inaasam-asam na three-pointer. Dalawa yan during that quarter. But itong si Elijah Lim was able to counter with that three. Ito yung sinasabi natin pangalawang three-pointer ni Albert Chua. And that fast break attacks of Vaikon Builder courtesy of Charles Philip Tan, very important yung contribution nila dito sa larong ito.
Vaikon leading by 1. Final 10 minutes after this break. Now back to the fourth quarter we go. You are watching the Bounty Fresh GABL 2024 Namco Mitsubishi Ilocos Cup presented to you by Bounty Fresh in collaboration with Tenacity Sportswear, Midway Design Center, Masomax, and RF Ray Prime Ventures. Hats Galleria and Coach Edster C joining you in action. And that first shot brought about by Vaikon is a miss. So now Chino Guasa had a little bit of a fake there. Stephen Lim, iniwan na naman sa labas. Para dito kay Elijah Lim, but a steal by Vaikon.
Oh, hindi naka-attempt on 3MD Logistics with that pressure defense of Vaikon. Alam mo, ever since na nagkaroon ng tao-tao itong Vaikon Builders, medyo erratic yung half-court setup dito ng 3MD Logistics.
Just speeding up the tempo.
Pasalamatan ko lang lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa atin dito sa GABL 2024. Marshall Electrical Panel Boards, Magellan Coffee, Snowbird Sandobags, Mimi Flow, Durabright, Thor Storage Boxes. Salamat sa lahat ng suporta.
1 for 2. Ito si Wesley Lau at that point. He extended this lead to 2 points. And then it's Kalantok moving forward to get those 2 bumps to fall, and it is looking like... Will that be in the act of shooting? Yes, it is. Kalantok will be shooting for 2.
I think importante itong mga free throws na to for Brian Kalantok. I think after the first quarter, coming to the second, third, fourth quarter, hopefully itong fourth quarter, second and third quarter, he's been struggling to find his range.
Okay, so far, Coach, confirmed, Brian Kalantok hasn't rested.
Oo.
He's played the entire 3 quarters, and so far, he has played the entirety of this game. Siya lang ang hindi pa napapalitan dito sa larong ito. So, you know, you see how much 3MD Logistics needs this guy in terms of playing both ends of the floor.
Oh, his 5 points was scored during the first quarter. Second quarter, third quarter was not able to score for them. Pero kailangan din kasi yung rebounding presence niya. So sa second half, that was his first points. Yung free throws na yon.
MJ Tan leaving it para kay Stephen Lim using the glass. Too short on that one. Now it's Chua running. 3-on-4. Decides to take the 3. Couldn't even grace the rim. Ang bola ay babalik sa 3MD. Just almost 2 minutes passing by in this fourth quarter. Vaikon holding on to an incredibly tight 2-point ball game.
Kailangan masolusyonan ng 3MD Logistics itong ball pressure defense ng Vaikon Builders.
Well, Stephen Lim, bubuelo. Getting the offensive rebound, tries to squeeze himself in. And good defense coming in from Joel Young.
Oo, good defense from Joel Young. And takbo kaagad dito ang Vaikon Builders.
As a foul is going to be called against 3MD.
Oh, importante dyan is yung angulo ng referee. Was Albert Chua was looking at the baseline referee. Ang tumawag yun nandun sa ibabaw. Sinasabi ng baseline referee natin, naka-cover siya eh. Hindi niya pwedeng tawagan ng hindi niya nakikita. But still, a foul was called and 2 free throws for Albert Chua.
Chua extending the lead to 3 points, 48-45, with less than 8 minutes to go in the ballgame. He makes both by getting friendly bounces. Angat sa 2-possession ballgame ang ating laro. 49-45. Nabigyan ng screen itong si Chua. He gets ito Kalantok. Pero may itatawag. The possession will be going with 10 seconds left in this possession. Oh, now they want to go MJ Tan. Although, hold up. Wait a minute. It is looking a little heated para sa kanila ngayon. And Bernabe is going to be called for a technical foul.
Oh, kasi may warning na kanina for flopping. There's a flopping foul. So ngayon, tumawag uli. So that's a technical foul.
Oh, look at this now. You saw it a little bit on that replay. John Brian Bernabe simply contesting that it wasn't part of the action. It was him getting the contact.
Oh, pero yung excessive na, I think that's one. There's a warning for a flop. Second, medyo umarte uli doon sa banggaan nila. But the referees will confer and will try to see kung ano yung nangyari doon. Again, with this lull, it's a chance for us again to thank all our supporters from our major sponsors, Mets Logistics, ITG, Fullercon, Mandarin Sky, Masumax, Narva, Snowbird. Salamat sa lahat ng inyong mga suporta.
And so far, the guy you're looking at your screens, Brian Galantok, is, you know, one of the this guy's the suspect, right?
Yeah,
John Brian
Bernabe.
Bernabe, the recipient of that technical foul. He's talking to our commissioner as we speak.
Oh, kanina kasi meron na yung warning for flopping a foul. So this one,
Lots of contact upon, you know, creating some space for him. And then all of a sudden, there's the call, right? A technical foul para dito kay John Brian Bernabe. And the foul will continue.
yeah, the technical foul. So that's one free throw. And since the ball is on their side, so possession remains with 3MD Logistics. And remember, sa amateur, a technical foul is also a personal foul. Yeah.
That is absolutely right. So, this means madadagdagan yung team fouls nila. And madadagdagan din yung personal foul tally. As, you know, Vaikon still trying to plead for John Brian Bernabe's case. And our officials, our referees are mentioning or talking about how it became a technical foul, as we're also, you know, listening to it a little bit from on our side.
Yan yung mga bagong rules, FIBA rules that we are also applying. Mga flopping a foul, but the free throws are not made. Kanina naghahabol ang Vaikon Builders. Every point counts. Ngayon, nag-iba na ang ihip ng hangin. 3MT Logistics trying to find as many points as they can.
Sila naman ngayon ang hindi makakuha ng puntos. Kalantok leaves it on the other side. But an offensive foul is going to be called against MJ Tan na ihawi upon getting and receiving that ball.
Oo, pagpasok, the entry pass was there just to make sure to secure that pass. Medyo may konting hawi doon itong si MJ Tan.
Now ball goes back to Vaikon.
Yan to ka-importante, having a veteran guard para magtimon para sa inyo.
And then you go to Brian Bernabe. Brings it to the center, shoots the mid-range. Not gonna work that time.
3MT Logistics para nag-settle na maitawid lang yung bola. The usual attacks that they do, medyo nawala. Even the fast break plays.
So now that they've heard you, right? You finally get a hold of that. Kasi yun yung napapansin natin kanina. The reason why 3MD has been taking a lot of these leads so far ay dahil sa mga assists na nakukuha nila. It's been so much easier for them every time they pass the ball around.
Yeah, that extra pass. And minsan, sa sariling kayod na nga na talagang they really want it by themselves. And MJ Tan. Siyempre, ang team owner ayaw magpatalo. And that's a good shot there for MJ Tan.
Getting it through para sa kanyang kupunan is MJ Tan. This time, Albert Chua iiban sana kay Joel Young pero masyado mababa yun. Brian Kalantok gets it to Albert. And now, passing is back para sa 3MD Logistics. And MJ Tan heating up when you need him the most.
MJ Tan, ayaw magpatalo, going hard to the basket. That was a good pass there. The Norva bright play of the quarter, Albert Chua to MJ Tan.
And that's a swing of a lead, 51-49. Lamang na ngayon ang 3MD.
Saan man mapunta, may bounty friend. My bounty friend.
Of course, our commissioner talking to our officials regarding what has transpired from before. But you're also looking at the man of the moment, MJ Tan, getting the previous, should I say, 4 points para dito sa 3MD Logistics and a chance to increase the lead to 3. And finally gets it through. Lamang na namang muli ang 3MD, 52-49.
Has been a game of spurts for both teams. Yung palitan ng lamang. And whoever gets that last spurt would have an advantage.
Arvin Saw tries to go for it. Not gonna happen that time, but look at Joel Young. Masusupalpal sa bandang likuran nitong si Albert Chua. Lead stays, or shot clock stays at 5 seconds as you get to see a third defensive play of the game here from behind. Supal yun for the extra assistance. This time, Erwin Lim fade away. Not gonna work. Adrian Chua wanting to absorb that rebound. And that is gonna be a foul called against the Vaikon builders. Adrian Chua just swarmed to the ground by the men in black.
Yung parehas naman nagtatao-tao dito. So, in terms of how you protect that ball, how you do your pressure defense, and yung press break mo, very important.
This time, Brian Kalantok choosing to go to mid-range. Really not happening, but look who's there again. MJ Tan, 1 offensive rebound, another 2 points.
Oh, MJ Tan bumubuhay ngayon dito. When it counts the most, nandyan si MJ Tan.
Albert Chua shooting for 3. Not gonna work, and look who got the rebound again. MJ Tan, iwan nila kay Guasa. Guasa with a shot, and that is good. 3MD picking up their stuff later on with less than 5 minutes to go in the last quarter. 56-49 is the score. MJ Tan and Chino Guasa providing para sa 3MD. You're looking at MJ Tan leading this game so far para sa 3MD Logistics with less than 5 minutes to go. Score is 56-49. Joel Young tries to get that shot off. Pero ngayon, Guasa wanted to go for a reach. Pero babalik sa Vaikon ang bola.
Or hindi na kailangan nun. Being leading by 7, you would want to settle down a bit and get a better shot.
Oh, look at Casper Modo. I wouldn't say that's a better shot, but he's more comfortable with those difficult shots.
Great up fake from Brian Calantoc. Tama yun, pag tao-tao talaga, pag dumipensa, kailangan hanapin mo na kagad kung sino tao mo. Pag may pumuslit, delikado.
The foul is going to be called kontra dito. So 3MD Logistics to just stop the pressure, stop the momentum. But pretty unfortunate as we take a look at the Masomax strong move of the game. Iniwas itong si Brian Calantoc yung supal sana na manggagaling sa Vaikon. But from what we've heard a while ago, Coach, MJ Tan already fouling out of this game.
Oo, nagulat ako doon eh. I thought he wanted to foul because he wanted to rest and get substituted. We didn't know na pang fifth foul na pala niya yun.
And then it's Jeffrey Chong. Babalik na naman ang bola. Now they want to go to JJ Chua. At masusupal siya nun. Chino Guasa. Nagmamadali yung Vaikon Builders. Iniwan na naman. Couldn't get it to go. Albert Chua nagkabantayan at sila. During that time, it was Charles Chua getting 2 points.
Oo. Albert Charles Chua. Paluhod na pasa ni Chino Guasa. It was a good defense by Vaikon Builders pero not enough to stop that fast break.
John Brian Bernabe couldn't get it to fall as a foul is going to be called against Stephen Lim. You know what that means, Coach? Penalty situation for both of these teams. Dalawang free throws para kay JJ Chua.
Oo, 2 free throws for JJ Chua. Vaikon Builders, wala nang timeout na natitira while itong 3MD Logistics meron pang 2 timeouts left.
But that is a miss para kay JJ. 60-51 is the score. 3MD. This is their playoff hope, the Final Four hope on the line para sa kanila. It's also a chance to kind of ruin yung hopes itong Vaikon Builders to even make it to the Final Four even when they're all tied up for top 1. That's Stephen Chua missing at that moment.
Tatakbo na uli ang Vaikon Builders.
Albert Chua just going to the right and in an immediate speed burst patungo sa basket.
Oo, 3MD needs to try to delay those fast breaks. Alam mo, mabilis silang nabawian kaagad ng score doon eh.
But Albert Charles Chua getting it through para sa kupunan ng 3MD. Balik na naman sa 8 with just 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go.
Ito kailangan nilang i-delay. Makaubos man lang oras ng konti.
They get it over to Tan. And then Bernabe, who gets fouled by 3MD. And if you're 3MD, you don't want these kinds of shots. Number 1, it's open. Number 2, nakakapagpahinga yung double guard combo nitong kupunan ng Vaikon.
Exactly. You know what, in the game plan for 3MD Logistics, magtao-tao sila all the way. Try to offset the shooters netong Vaikon Builders. That's Erwin Lim, Charles Tan, Bernabe, even Albert Chua. So they have so far did a very good job. And pahirapan ang puntos netong Vaikon Builders.
And even at the easiest moment, John Brian Bernabe couldn't get it. Both missing on that free throw line. Albert Chua now goes against Stephen Lim. Pero para he's read by a book by this guy, Stephen Lim.
Oo, nabasa niya yung galaw na yun ni Albert Chua. Ang ganda ng hesitation move sa ibabaw. But that block, our third defensive play of the game, brought to us by Mark Stephen Lim.
This time it's Bernabe. Going on to Tan. Medyo crowded sila here at the corner. Albert Chua now. Going on that center. Pero may foul na itatawag na namang muli dito sa 3MD at mapupunta yan dito kay Brian Calantoc. At this point, if we're gonna vote for a defensive player, I don't know if it's between MJ Tan, who consistently gets rebounds, or it's Stephen Lim, right? Who gets a lot of blocks in the process.
Stephen Lim, I think that's his third block of the ball game. More than that, It's also his 11th defensive rebound. Pero ito, importante na itong mga how to handle your possession. Ayaw mo mag-turnover.
Less than 2 minutes to go. Good reach coming in from Urban Lim. Just not enough to grab it para sa kanyang sarili. 62-55. Both teams already in the penalty situation.
The Vaikon Builder, one of the better teams in three-point field goal percentage, is just 4 out of 21 in this ball game. 19% lang yan.
Oh, wide open, Jeffrey Chong. And he said, Uncle, that's for you. Shooting that three-pointer. Angat na naman sa 10 ang TMD.
I think that's one of the insurance basket for 3MD Logistic. A timely three-pointer from Jeff Chung.
Now they want to take it easy. Or not. Albert Chua leaving it for Guasa. Not gonna happen that time. Medyo crowded. Itong gitna. The bench instructing all of them to just take their sweet time. But Chua gets pushed. And oh dear. If that's not a loose ball foul, then that means an easy 2 free throws para kay Albert Charles Chua.
Importante for Vaikon. Alam mo, 3MD Logistics, may habol sila for that fourth win or fourth spot. This was a Mets cold-blooded three-point shot of the quarter by Jeff Chung. Eh baka mamaya sila ang mag-tie, di ba? Or may katay pa sila na isa. So importante yung quotient system na yan. Hindi sila magpabaya. And they still try to make or to score in this ball game.
Every point matters. Especially kapag dikit-dikit ang inyong mga records. As Albert Charles Chua misses on both. Everybody running for it. Now it's Erwin Lim. Goes to the right. Itatapik niya para kay Charles Tan. Going on to Bernabe, who goes for the spin. Fights through the contact. With less than a minute to go, he will be shooting for 2.
Alam natin, in terms of team standing, you have Chang Spa 4-2. Go up and up at 4-1. Hyundai Home Appliances 4-1. Vaikon Builders 4-1. So ito ng 3MD Logistics at 2-3. Kaya pang humabol sa 4th win. Ang tanong, sino ang maaabot nila na team dahil may mga laro din yung mga ibang teams na yon.
So if you are 3MD Logistics, the best case scenario for you is to just win games and hope for the best.
No, and their last game will be against Buen Camer, who is at 2-4, the only team who have beaten Hyundai Home Appliance. So magaganda ang mga remaining games pa din natin with the impending win of 3MD Logistics.
Oh, Guasa couldn't get a hold of the basketball, and unfortunately, Coach, they're kind of, rushing things here instead of taking their sweet time. I mean, 49.7 seconds left.
49.7 seconds. Tingnan pa rin dito. Of course, last 2 minutes. Last touch just to confirm that the ball will go to Vaikon Builders.
It is still a very long game ahead of us. I mean, 49.7. You can still do a lot of things with that one. As, of course, our players are just waiting for the final call just to clarify kung kanino nga ba talaga napunta yung bola. Will it stay with Vaikon or will it be going to the side of, 3MD? As another thing is going to happen here, all of our players are starting to happen. You see, 3MD Logistics currently at the 2 and 3 standing. This is the best case scenario for them to win via a distance. And here's from another angle coming through from them here on out. Looks like the ball will be going back to Vaikon Builders with 49.7 seconds left to work with.
Yeah, quick 2 or quick 3 and then sumubok na umaga kung wala and then foul.
Now it's Bernabe being swarmed here by Lim. He gets it over. Leo couldn't get it to fall. And now it's Kalantok. He gets it over to Elijah Lim for those 2 points.
Quick to a fast break play there.
And so far, someone is down.
Oh, medyo incidental contact there. Susundot sana yung Charles Philip Tan. Medyo tinamaan doon ni Brian Calantoc. It's a 67-56 lead. Chance for us again to thank all our supporters. Magellan Coffee, Snowbird Plastics, Marshall Electrical Panel Boards, Mimi Flow, Durabright, Thor Storage Boxes. Thank you sa lahat ng suporta.
That was a quick incident, if you would say. A slower portion on that one. As Brian Calantoc was on his way to the fast break, but Charles Philip Tan wanting to go for the steal during that moment. Just not having the best response to a steal onto that one.
Upcoming game, it's a go up and up against Matt Steele. And sabi nga natin, may hinahabol. And go up and up just 4 wins. Pwede pa siyang abutin ng 3MD Logistics. So, kailangan pa rin ng panalo ng go up and up.
That's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul.
There was a sportsmanlike foul on number 5, Brian Calantoc.
As you've heard from our partner,
Vaikon.
Brian Calantoc. Coach, you've told me about him not resting the entire game.
Oh, ngayon,
I feel like he can rest for the rest of the game now.
Yeah, napilitan na mag-rest. Itong si Brian Calantoc. That's 2 shots plus ball possession, that first shot.
Charles Philip Tan making quick work of this one. 2 for 2. Not really needing a lot of time there. 58-67 is the score. Ball possession will be going back right to them. But with just 32 seconds left, can they make something happen?
No, di-delay lang ng konti ang 3MD Logistics at ang Vaikon Builders. And let's see how Vaikon Builders would... Yun na. Medyo, I think the game belongs to 3MD Logistics.
With 25 seconds to work with, they wanted to go for the contest. And 3MD just passing it out altogether. And then there's Chung wanting to put the icing on the cake. And with a final shot looming, Albert Chua missing. 3MD Logistics keeps their final 4 hopes alive and gets the win para sa pangalawang pagkatalo ng Vaikon Builders. 67-58. A magnificent effort from 3MD Logistics holding on to the lead that they had.
Oo, kanina lumamang sila na malaki, hinabol sila, lumamang ang Vaikon Builders, and 3MD Logistics was able to hold on with some spurts that they had to win this one, and that's a 2 straight loss for Vaikon Builders.
Those quarter highlights were brought to us by Mandarin Sky. 2 games are finally done, but you are taking a look at the Thor defensive player of this game. That's Stephen Lim for you. The best player of Vaikon is probably Albert Chua, and he stopped him not once, but thrice.
Kuha niya yung timing niya, that length of his, getting those block shots and important defensive rebounds. That's Mark Stephen Lim, aka Tibor, getting that job done in the defensive end.
And of course, the Lasherie best player of the game is going to be none other than Mark Jason Tan. Should we say MJ Tan? 17 points in 4 rebounds. I felt like he's gotten more rebounds,
Oo nga
but I can't believe he only got 4.
Oh, but that crucial stretch wherein yung nagkakadikitan na, it was MJ Tan with back-to-back-to-back baskets that gave that lead to 3MD Logistics. He is our last Sherry best player of the game.
3MD winning over Vaikon 67-58. There is still one more game incoming. Huwag kayong aalis dahil magbabalik ang GABL Bounty Fresh 2024 season.